All right, guys, back again. Episode 28 of the Joe Nick Fight Talk podcast, brought to you by our friends at Fantasy Stands. Go follow them on Instagram for your future fantasy games, especially the NFL. Tonight, we got a very special guest, middleweight, making noise in the middleweight division, the UFC, Phillip Megatron Hawes, 10-2. Phil, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So my first question I have, just let all the viewers know, where are you from?
I'm from a small town in New Jersey. It's called Little Ferry. It's like right outside of New York and New York and like Hoboken area. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Little Ferry is called?
Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah. Little Ferry. It's just a small little. You'll pass by it and not even know. But yeah, that's where I'm from.
Nice.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. So how did you get into this crazy world of the MMA, and how did you get into fighting in it?
Man, it's just a typical story. I was wrestling in college. My buddy invited me to a MMA gym, Des Moines Jiu-Jitsu out there, and I picked up on it. At first, it was kind of crazy. It was like it was very, very different from my personality. I'm pretty laid back, pretty chill, and just it intrigued me because it was so different from who I am, and but it's also just like similar to wrestling, when you learn and you see the work, the time you put in, you see come out, you know what I mean? You get what you give. So just part of that, and then we still want to compete. So it just all snowball effect, and now I'm here in the UFC knocking people out.
Of course. That is awesome. So my next two questions are some of my favorite ones to learn about when you're ready to go pro and all, and then also to talk about your nerves in your pro debut fight. But first, let's get into the amateurs. So talk about your achievements, and when did you know you were ready to go pro?
So I started out at a gym in Iowa, like before. It's called Rock Fit. And the thing in Midwest, like the pro rules are the same as amateur. There's no shin pads. There's no, it's like it's pretty much pro. You get elbow, knee, kick, whatever you want to do to get the job done. So that fast-tracked me going pro. It wasn't like in New Jersey or a PA. I know some you have to wear shin pads some fights and then get 3 fights, you get throw elbows or something. So I went 4-0 in that, all finishes. And then they were like, hey, I think you're ready to go pro. And from there, we just let the ball rock. I mean, it maybe went a little too fast, you know what I mean? Because being around so many great people like John Jones and Jackson and Wink MMA, and then sparring with Rumble Johnson and all that stuff, kind of gassed me up a little bit. And I wasn't ready for the adversity I faced when I had my first loss. But now we're here and knocking people out, and it's my time.
That's awesome, man. Awesome background. Okay. Now, let's talk about your pro debut. So you made it October 18, 2014 at Global Knockout 2 card. You did had a first round submission against Brandon Collison.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that was Legacy. My first pro fight was Legacy. Was it? Legacy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it was out in Cali, but since you have all this background, with MMA and stuff, but how nervous were you prior, or was it everyday business for you, and were you just eager to get in there?
Yeah, of course, your first fights, you're always nervous, you're taken out of your comfort zone, which is the gym. And like I said, fighting is not my usual. I never been a street fighter or anything. So when my first fight was in the cage, in front of tons of people, my first fight in my life, So of course it's stressful and strenuous. But once you get going, you black out in there. And of course, I used my wrestling, took them down right away, got it done, got the first round submission, which was awesome. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's fast forward a little bit. So you did have 2 fights that were on the Contender Series, which is awesome. But your first I guess your first main card was the Justin Gaethje and the Khabib fight. So how awesome was that to make noise on that with an 18-second first round knockout? What is it like to knock someone out in 18 seconds?
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's bittersweet because Jacob Malcolm, like you seen his last fight last night, the top dude. So
Beautiful.
You saw his wrestling was on point.
Yeah.
With the single legs, and that guy was no slouch either. He was a killer. I think was he 10-1 at the time, knocking dudes out, starting them. Yeah. So for Malcolm, I trained hard, and you put in all this work. You know, these runs and swimming and lifting and cardio, and then you knock him out 18 seconds. Is like, yeah, it's sweet, but there's some tools I want to show. There's some improvements I want to show you guys. But I can't complain. I mean, it was nice. It was nice.
Exactly, man. Like, that was insane. Like, I literally watched it a few times over the weekend just to see, like, where you struck him first and how he was, like, off balance. Like, oh my God, like you have, like, vicious hands, bro. Like, that was insane. That's awesome.
Brother. I think that was a big part of the No Hype Tours, getting my stand-up where it needs to be, and I believe it's where it needs to be right now.
Yeah, I would say, and if honestly anyone questions that, they should go on YouTube and check that damn tape out, because that's really impressive.
They can get it too. If they can get it too, whoever if they doubt it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so obviously a very, very big fight coming up. I am super hyped. I feel like Dana should just have the 50 G's just ready for whoever wins that fight. You guys are going to make some huge-ass noise on May 8th. I am super hyped for it. But, like, what do you know about Kyle, and, like, what are you looking forward to against fighting a guy like Kyle Dawkins?
Man, Kyle brings a lot of problems to solve, you know what I mean? He's tall, he's rangy, he has good submissions, you know what I mean? He's durable, and he has a lot of experience. So, just like my last fight, is going to bring out the best in me, and I can't wait to compete. You know what I mean? I can't wait to show the world how good I am. You know, so I know he's going to bring the best out of me, and I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited right now. Yeah.
Same, man. I'm telling you, like I almost dropped my damn phone Friday when I was like, oh shit, is this really happening? Like, oh my God, this is, I am super hyped for this fight, man. I cannot wait. So I do have two fun questions for you before I pass it on to the MMA junkie. Nick absolutely loves the UFC. So I have two fun questions for you before I pass it on to him. My first one is, if there was a movie made about you, what movie actor would you want to play you?
I mean, if there was a movie about me, I mean, I guess we gotta say Denzel, right? I mean.
Oh, okay.
Gotta get is he free? Is he available? We can get it going.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Training Day Denzel, or are we talking about the He Got Game Denzel?
Oh dang! Give me Training Day Denzel.
Training Day Denzel. All right. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So I also have another one for you. So you're stranded on a deserted island. Who are two other UFC fighters that you would want with you on the island?
You're trying to get me in trouble. What's
It doesn't have to be fighting. Like, it could be just like to hang out, or like whatever helps you to like try to survive on the island.
Bro, I'm on a deserted island with two fighters. What do you think? What else is there to do? Give me the whole female roster. I don't know. Like what? I don't know.
That's awesome.
Give me yeah. So you just know someone on the female roster. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's awesome. Well, Phil, thank you so much for answering my questions. Awesome. Really, really nice to meet you. And I'm going to pass it on to Nick now. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
What's going on, Phil? Dude, thanks again for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, brother.
So like Joe said, man, I'm super stoked for this fight to happen. Your UFC career, you have a loss to Julian Marquez, right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to get into that. How was that after you suffered that loss? And would you ever want that fight down the line again?
Suffering the loss, it definitely, it was at the time, it was, it's, surprisingly enough, it showed me how much I love the sport. Because after the loss, you know what I mean? A lot of people were broken up, but I had a good support system at the time. It was Jamie Crowder, who was my coach at the time. And it was nothing. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to stop fighting. It was nothing. like after that loss, I was like, fuck, I can't wait to do that again. And it was a knockout loss, you know. And I'm like, not like a spiteful, like, oh, I want to get back in there right now. It's just like I got knocked out, but fuck, that was fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so having that loss really set up this whole thing where I'm going right now, and that's how I started the No Hype tour, which is after the loss, there was someone in the crowd, or I think maybe someone, a family member, they were screaming like, "Oh, hype," or "Hype train," blah blah blah, you know. So then that's when I went on this self-discovery, going to Thailand whooping ass, and Slovenia whooping ass, and Las Vegas whooping ass, and I'm just touring the world, just beating people up, you know, calling them No Hype, showing people that this isn't hype, you know, I'm the real deal. So, and would I want to fight again? I'm not really thinking about that. I'm not really thinking about that fight. I put it in the past, you know what I mean? No same man walks the same river twice, you know. So we're not the same fighters. We're not the same people.
Right. No, absolutely. That was a great explanation for that.
Awesome answer.
So you train out of Sanford MMA. That is one of the best gyms, in my opinion, in the UFC.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So you work with the likes of Henry Hooft, and you're training down there with like Brendan Allen, who was one of Kyle's former opponents. Michael Chandler, who's about to fight for the lightweight belt.
Dorino, who just fought one.
Yes.
So,
how'd you get in touch with Sanford MMA, and how's it like training out there, and how's Henry Hooft as a coach?
Man, Henry Hooft is an awesome dude. He's super welcoming. He really tries to craft you into the individual you are. He doesn't try to tie a rope and really try to orchestrate your style. He just lets you be who you are. And the team is amazing. I got hooked up way back when it was the Black Zillions, but I wasn't ready at the time. I didn't understand what Hooft was building at the time, and I wasn't fully invested in it mentally. I have my heart in New Mexico, whatever. So, but now since I'm here now, I've been killing it, and Hooft invited me. That's that person who Hooft is. So when I was Black Zillions, I left. You know, didn't say bye. It was just like a spur of the moment. I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I got to go back to New Mexico. But a few years later, I hit him back up. I was like, hey, Hooft, I see you guys doing well. Can I come down and train? And he said with open arms, you know what I mean? He accepted me, you know, didn't hold any ill will. Still helps me, still corners me, and he's a great guy. I appreciate him. Without him helping me and inviting me back to the team, I don't know if we would have the same amount of success we are now. So I'm blessed.
That's awesome, man. So I always see you're on Instagram recording Michael Chandler doing, what is it called? The episode what?
Yeah. So I do this thing. It's called Show Me Something Friday. So like if we have our conversation, I guarantee you for 50 minutes of that conversation, I'm going to be listening to you and questioning you, because I just like to listen. I like to learn. I like listening more because I know what I know. I don't know what you know. So it's a way to use my platform to have people like show me something, teach me something, and like I have a couple thousand followers or whatever. So say if you wanted to get your followers up, just hit me up, send me a video, and I'll post it. You know what I mean? If you get followers, you get followers. But it's just like a way we can interact and not be all about me, because I love me, but I love learning more. You know, so
that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know Gilbert Burns trains out of there with you guys down there, and I know Usman and Burns obviously just fought a little bit ago. They used to be teammates, things like that. Being that like would you ever consider fighting like that, like how teammates fought Usman and Burns? If that ever came to fruition, say a Brendan Allen went on a run, or and you guys both went on a run, and you guys had to match up, is that something you would ever consider?
Well, Brendan Allen, he's a character. He's like I feel like him. If we both got split a contract across the the table, we'll look at each other and be like, yeah, let's do it. Because he's just that type of dude. He's just like a cool dude. Like there would be no ill will or animosity. We both got our egos are so big. We'll both probably still train at the same gym. Like, what's up? Like, I'm not leaving. You're not leaving. You know what I mean? He's got a little ego, so it's cool. He's got some swag about him. But like it's like an unwritten rule. Unless it's for a title, we try not to fight each other. You know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. If it's avoidable, it's avoidable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I wanted to get into was is there a I don't want to. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna ask it. Is there a beef? Is there a beef between you and Deron Wynn?
Is there a beef? What makes you say that?
What? I saw a couple videos. I saw a couple videos and stuff. What?
He said that? What did he say? What did he say?
No, I never talked to him before. I just seen videos on like Twitter and stuff.
What did he say on Twitter?
It was just like it's like all hype. It's all hype and stuff like that.
He said that?
Did he really?
Deron Wynn.
Oh, no, I didn't know he said that. I don't follow him or anything. Damn. Okay. Let me get it. Oh wow. Okay. So they actually booked us to fight. So after Dawkins, I'm already signed a contract to fight him. So maybe he's trying to build that up. Yeah. So yeah, they double booked me. So yeah. But I gotta do Dawkins first. You know, I gotta pay attention to Dawkins. But maybe that's why he's trying to fill in some animosity, some type of way.
Wow.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
All right. So
I didn't even know he said that.
Yeah, there's a little beef between him and Deron Wynn. I think.
Wow. I had no clue.
It's a one-way beef because, like, I'm not worried about that dude. I'm worried about Dawkins. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's gonna get it for sure.
Wow.
What do you think about being double booked? Is that something maybe you take pride in and say, yeah, this is what the UFC thinks of me, and it's a good thing?
Yeah. I definitely think it's a good thing. I definitely they believe in me and they believe in my talent and my skill. So being double booked is awesome. You know, but Dawkins is no small task. You know, I really got to focus on him, and we got 3 more weeks to get completely prepared and do what we need to do to get done, to get out of there healthy, and so we can dust Deron Wynn.
Yep. So I was gonna ask you, are you pumped up to have crowds back?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, I'm super excited. I never had to perform in a UFC event with the crowd, so now having a crowd, that'd be sick. I'm amped. It's gonna be dope.
And also, what did you think of Robert Whittaker's performance last night?
Man, he looked great. You know, taking down Gaslam, which is freaking tough as nails. You know, a high level wrestler like that. He looked badass. His right hand to that high kick is that the rhythm change he does. It's next level stuff. You know, and I don't know if he wants the title, because I remember him talking about like, oh, you know, not won the title and blah blah blah. But I think he's ready for a title. You know what? No, he's not ready for the title. I don't want the title shot. Forget all that. But he did good.
Nice. Yeah. Last night he said he would want it. He said that's the only match that makes sense for him right now, which I agree. But you never know with the UFC.
Yeah.
So I was going to get into a little bit of Adesanya moving up to 205. That performance, and do you think that was smart for his career?
Maybe now. I mean, it's hindsight 2020. I see if he pulled it off. Oh my God, Adesanya would be on freaking the Wheaties box. You know what I mean? But he didn't pull it off. But maybe not for his career, but his development as a fighter and his belief in himself. I think it definitely helped him out. You know what I mean? But yeah. But me as a competitor, I would want him to stay at 185 and keep winning until I meet him, because you want to be that guy who to knock down the giant. You know what I mean? Now that he's 20-1, he's still a giant, still great. But I feel like the blueprint's already there. You know, I want to be the one to make that blueprint and show everyone that he's not invincible. Yeah,
because I mean, even when we had Kyle on, he talked about his sprawls and his off his back. He said it was very white belt-esque. Trying to fight off his back, he really didn't have an answer for it. Your style is a very good style to fight against somebody like Israel Adesanya.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
You're actually not lying. I'm on Wynn's Twitter, and he actually wrote yesterday, I mean, you want to talk about disrespectful? I signed a contract to Phil Hawes on July 17th. He's now slated to fight me then at UFC. Make sure you have a replacement ready. Something is telling me this dude doesn't want to fight me. What the hell's up his ass? That's crazy. Yeah, he actually posted that on his.
Hey, I'm just trying to make money, man. I gotta, you know.
I know. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I told you,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
See, I don't start beefs, dude.
I know. I
just
thought
ask about it.
I thought like, you were like gassing up. I was like, oh shit, what the hell is he yelling? But yeah,
I'm
now
not
he actually
bullshitting.
tweeted that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It is what it is. People are gonna talk. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So it
Yeah,
don't matter
yeah.
to me.
You know, and now
All
I'm
right,
actually hoping
so, Phil, I
that
have a
you do
question
put
for
him
you.
on his ass.
Yeah, for sure. I will.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Phil, I have a question for you.
Yeah, talk.
So being kind of close to Pennsylvania, a little more towards New York, football, basketball, who do you follow?
I'm a big fan of Brooklyn Nets. I know they're not the best, but I mean, I'm a fan of those guys. Just being from the East Coast, I'm always rooting for the Giants. Yankees.
Okay.
The usual.
All right.
Yeah. How about you guys? Who do you guys rooting for?
So we are unfortunately Eagles fans, so we're watching our dreams die, and and also
on the regular.
yeah, and then also we like the Phillies and the Sixers and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Tough out there. Yeah.
tough, yeah, for sure.
We're Phil.
I think his connection's terrible wherever he's driving. I think we're losing him.
Yeah, don't too bad that. All right.
Yeah.
No, he's right there. No, we're good. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Are you all right?
All right. So, I want to ask a couple more questions. Just, what do you think? What do you think of John Jones moving up to heavyweight? And how do you think he does up there?
Oh man, John Jones has been a pioneer in the sport for I don't know for how long now. So it's really hard to doubt him in anything he set his mind to. You know what I mean? He's taking out the who's of the MMA world. You know, so I think he'll do well. Him and Francis, I say, show him the money, like pay him the money. You know, I think it's gonna be a heck of a fight, a hell of a fight, and man, it's gonna be badass. I think he's a badass dude. He's gonna do some badass things up there.
Yeah, I'm really hyped. Like I kind of hope they get the money thing right because like Francis is like a Deontay Wilder in boxing where it just takes one big punch and you are rocked forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that fight happens maybe in September or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think John did it perfectly. Though he's taken the time to get his body right for up there, and he did it very, very intelligently to get his like I said, his body right at that weight, getting used to training at that weight and things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so last thing, May 8th, Phillip Hawes versus Kyle Dawkins. How's it go for that, Mac?
I think he was asking what's your prediction for the fight. I think he was just saying how do you see it as the outcome? I think that was like the last question that I heard from him.
Man, Dawkins is super durable, super tough. Man, but I've seen Allen put him down a couple of times, and I know I got power, so I'm planning on getting that second round KO.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you just gonna like obviously like Brendan fought him when Kyle
Phil,
made the UFC
so much again
debut.
for coming on.
hold on. So are you gonna watch a lot of the Brendan Allen tape, or are you just gonna rely on Brendan, or like is there like enough tape out there that like basically what your game plan is?
Man, so I try not to focus too much on what he does and try to really focus on what I'm doing. So of course I'm gonna pick Brandon Allen's brain, see how he felt in there, see when he felt dangerous and things like that. But I'm just go out there and do what I do, you know what I mean, and look for 18-second knockout. So.
All right, cool. Well, yeah. Phil, we're not gonna take too much more of your Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us and all. We really appreciated meeting you and all. I'll definitely be sending you those pictures and all to sign and all, and I'll make sure that I have a copy for you as well. You were super cool, and now I am a fan of you for life. So thank you.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
Of course,
thank you for
man.
having me.
Thank you, and I'm sure Nick said thank you. I know that his connection's terrible at the moment.
A little bit. It's all right. Next
All right.
time.
All right, cool,
all right,
man.
see you guys.
Thank you,
All
Phil.
right, bye.
All right.
See ya.